Well, I'll give you an example of what I would have considered extremely poor architecture. I take care of about 100 nuns in a retirement community. 3/4 of them are German. So they're not only older, they also have a German brain. People with foreign brains have language processing issues. They lived in this small retirement community, but it was being enlarged because more nuns were moving in. And I hadn't been there in a while, and I walk in. They had taken the carpeting out of many of the areas, including the chapel. They raised the ceiling. They put waterfalls in the entryway, creating background noise. The reverberation in the chapel is horrific. So all these nuns are coming to me saying, I can't hear, I can't hear, I can't hear in the chapel. And until they got a hearing loop, they're all using the telex system. They didn't have enough telex systems because everybody, most of the nuns couldn't hear. By putting the loop in, that's one of their most favorite places to go because they can hear every word. Some of the nuns walk around with their hearing aid and T-coil all the time because they have a loop in the dining room for announcements and they're getting another one in the conference center. So architecture needs to take into account the signal to noise ratio, and if that signal to noise ratio is less than 15, people with hearing loss have a tremendous amount of trouble hearing. So I would almost want to encourage architects to go through life wearing a pair of hearing aids and going into the spaces that they've designed and to just hear. And that's what I've been doing, going through places with hearing aids, and it's eye-opening, or should I say ear-opening. Yeah. Regarding hearing loss, it used to be that places that had 50 fixed seats had to have hearing assist. That's been changed. If the audio signal is integral to the program, so if you're going to have a lecture in this room and somebody requests, then they should be providing a hearing assist system. And hearing loops meet that requirement. And they make it so easy.
Right, because another change with the in 2012 to the ADA was that no longer just a hearing assist, but a certain percentage have to be hearing aid compatible.
Exactly, and the hearing loop is automatically hearing aid compatible. I would certainly look at who's going to be using the building. Is this a retirement community? Is this a building where you are having reverberation? But for making this place accessible would be to make sure that the hearing loop wire is installed during the construction process. It's a lot cheaper to install it during construction process. Be sure that they avoid the use of metal in the floor. I think they used a carbon fiber reinforced cement that can be stronger than metal, and it doesn't affect the magnetic signal, so it makes for the hearing loop installation to be less costly.